So, as a songwriter, you get a lot of these one-liner good ideas, and you kind of file them away in hopes to eventually make a song out of them. And when that doesn't end up working, you finally get tired enough, and you just kind of string them all together in hopes that you can make something coherent. And failing that, you end up with this next song, which is kind of a landfill song. It's called The Fence Post. Well, the fence post doesn't know your name, and the barbed wire still rusts in the rain. I tell my troubles to the bull that he's got his cows. And the dirt road goes on out of sight, and the stars come out, but they've got their light, and none of them seem to care where you are now. When you left me to fend all by myself, I found some cowgirls all in good health, but none of them ever thought as well as you. So I gave them up and I bought a farm, and now I'm thinking that these arms will never get to hold anybody new. Another post goes into the hole I dug, and I look at my dog and he gives me a shrug. He says, "Aaron, you're hearing voices in your head. It's your voice that I'm hearing all the time, like a record player skipping in my mind. I still recall every word you ever said. And the fence post doesn't know your name, and the barbed wire still rusts in the rain. I tell my troubles to the bull, but he's got his cows. And the dirt road goes on out of sight, and the stars come out, they've got their light, and none of them seem to care where you are now. Well, I get in my combine and drive away to the top terrace, calling from across the waterway. I think I will write a song with my pad and pen. Like this one time, I had a good rhyme, but I left it behind, 'cause it was all in my mind, just like the thought of ever seeing you again. Well, my truck, it runs like an old lame dog, and I would be living high if I could find a hog, and the wheels in my mind keep turning like a wobble box. I should drink a lot, 'cause that makes sense, but I can't because all my money is spent. You see, I sold your stuff and bought a box of rocks. And the fence post doesn't know your name, and the barbed wire, it still rusts in the rain. I tell my troubles to the bull, and he's got his cows. And the fence road goes out of sight, and the stars come out, they've got their lights, and none of them seem to care where you are now. I would spend my time just taking pills if I could only afford those pharmacy bills. I think I'll sit at home and just stare at the cracks. And the fence post doesn't know your name, and the barbed wire, it still rusts in the rain. I tell my troubles to the bull, but he's got his cows. And the dirt road goes on out of sight, and the stars come out, they've got their lights, and none of them seem to care where you are now. None of them seem to care where you are now.